Hello and welcome back to some more yoga with me. My name's Josie. We're going to do yoga in our home, your apartment, your living room, wherever you're at. Today's sequence, you don't really need anything, just some water as always and yourself. So wherever you are, come to a comfortable seated position. I typically like to start off any class just by really grounding down into your space and kind of centering your mind and your body and allowing yourself just kind of a moment of stillness at the beginning of practice. So get out any kind of little wiggles that you might need before you are able to return to still position. And then maybe close your eyes. And just really root down into your sit bones. So feel your sit bones sinking into your mat, into the earth. And then grow tall throughout your chest, your spine, the crown of your head. And just start to bring your awareness to your body. So you're noticing any little sensation that you're feeling, any little tingles, any areas of tenderness. And then start to bring your awareness to your breath. Don't change your breath, but just notice how quickly and how deeply you are breathing currently. Bringing your hands to your knees if they are not already there. On an inhale, draw your shoulders up towards your ears. As you exhale, roll them back and down your spine. Inhale, shoulders come up. Exhale, roll them back and down. One more time, inhale, shoulders high. Exhale all the way down your spine. And do a few neck circles in each direction. First, dropping your ear over to the left. As you breathe in, start to roll back, allowing your head to fall. And as you breathe out, come right down and forward. We'll take 3 in this direction. And feel free to stop anywhere where you're feeling a little extra bit of tension. You can always apply gentle pressure to your head with one hand or the other if that feels good. Once you have your 3 in that first direction, return to that neutral spine and then take 3 the opposite way. So ear falls over to the right. You breathe in as you start to roll back. You'll breathe out as you come left, down, and forward. Again, we'll take 3 in this direction. And you can stop anywhere where you feel that little extra bit of tension. Once you have your 3 there, return to that neutral spine. If your eyes are closed, slowly blink them open. So we'll move into our breathing technique. We'll do Nadi Shodhana today, alternate nostril breathing. If you've never done it before, it might seem kind of weird or confusing, but I'll walk you through it and you'll get the hang of it really quickly. I encourage you to at least try a round or 2 of this breath. A lot of times I think you can feel silly when you're asked to do this in a class full of people, but nobody is watching you, so you have the opportunity to just give this a try. So you're gonna have 2 options for your hand position. Your first option is gonna be to take your first 2 fingers down to your palm. You're gonna block off your right nostril with your thumb and the left nostril with your ring finger. Your second option is to take those same 2 fingers up to your forehead. You're still blocking off your right nostril with your thumb and your left nostril with your ring finger. So what will happen is we'll start by blocking off the right side. We'll inhale through the left side for a count of 5. And then we're going to exhale through your right side for a count of 5. Inhale right, exhale left, so on and so forth. The purpose of this is to teach you how to control your breath. So focus on allowing your lung capacity to last for a full 5-second inhale. And then you'll have to control a slow 5-second exhale. The other purpose of this is to even out your energy channels so everybody kind of has that fire sun side and that water moon side, and this will help create a balance in those 2 things. So whichever hand position that you choose, take it down to your knee. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And out your mouth. Another deep breath in through your nose. And out your nose. Go ahead and block off your right nostril. Inhale through the left for 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Come to your natural breath. Notice any difference in your breath that may have made or any difference in how you're feeling in your body. Something that I forgot to mention, but if you ever decide to practice that on your own, another really good thing to focus on is remaining really tall in your seat. A lot of times when you really focus heavily on what's going on in your breath, it's easy to forget about the alignment in your body and kind of allow your shoulders to slouch over. So really try to stay tall through your seat as you move through that. From here, we're going to come into a child's pose. So bring big toes to touch. Knees come to the width of your mat. And then your hips are going to sink all the way down to your heels. Forehead rests on the mat. Arms go out long. Find some movement here. Maybe roll the forehead back and forth. And kind of wiggle your hips left and right. Maybe crawl your fingertips over to the right. And then over to the left. Finding some side body extension. And wherever you are, start to find that stillness. Maybe crawl fingers just forward in 1 centimeter or 2 to further elongate through your spine. If you have not already, begin to cultivate your Ujjayi breath, sealing your lips and moving your inhales and exhales through your nose with a slight restriction at the back of your throat. Engaging the same muscles you would use to whisper, this will create a heat in your body and aid you in practice. Take a moment here to set an intention, dedication, or purpose for your practice. Whether that be you, someone else, or something, whatever that idea is, allow it to carry you through this next hour of movement. Just a few more breaths here. Your next inhale, come into a tabletop position. So your wrists are stacked underneath your shoulders, your knees are stacked underneath your hips. We're going to warm up your spine a little bit with a few cat-cows. On an inhale, drop your belly down, lift your tailbone and your gaze up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin into your chest, press your mat away from you. Inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, spine rounds, chin tucks. Move through this a few more times at your own pace, using your own breath. You can find any other movement here that feels good for you. Maybe big C curves, maybe barrel rolls. Doesn't have to be a yoga position. Any kind of movement that you need here is just fine. But try to use that breath to carry the movement and try to even out between your left and your right side. One more breath. Returning to that neutral spine and tabletop. We're going to ground down. Actually, to start with, keeping both hands on the mat, you're going to kick your right foot back. So right foot is kicked back. Right foot can either be flexed or pointed, it's up to you. But we're starting out with just kind of warming up the hips, the hamstrings, the glutes. So you're going to kick up a little bit and then bring that knee through center. From center, knee is going to go out, so you're lifting your hip, working that abductor, and then you're going to kick that right leg straight. Good, rebend that knee, bring the knee back through center, kick the foot back. We're going to flow just like that. So foot comes through center, knee opens, then you kick straight. Rebend the knee, back through center, kick back. Center, right, kick, center, back. We'll do one more on this side. Center, back, center, out, kick. Set that right leg down. Move through a few cat-cows if you'd like. Just kind of stretch it out a little bit through the spine. Same thing on the other side. So come to that neutral spine first. And kick that left leg back. Again, foot's either flexed or pointed. Then you kick it a little bit high. Bring back to center. Knee comes in, sending that hip out. You kick leg straight. Back through center. Kick back. Center, left, kick, center, back, center, left, kick, center, back. One more time on this side. Center, out, kick, center, back, out one more time. All the way through center. Drop that left knee down. Bring your big toes to touch. Hips come back towards your heels just for a moment. Child's pose. Then you're going to inhale, roll up. Keep your big toes together. Your heels are going to come up towards your sit bones. Your chest is going forward. Rolling up. We'll take a few rolling child's poses. So one thing to focus on here is that your shoulders, you're pressing into your palms so that your shoulders aren't sunken down by your ears. So your shoulders shouldn't be here. You really want to press out of them. So take a breath in, and breath out, press back to child's pose. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, press back. One more. Inhale, roll up. And exhale, press back. Inhale back to a tabletop position. So this time, right hand stays planted, left knee is glued, right leg, left arm go long. Same thing. Right foot is active, whether it's flexed or pointed is up to you. Engage through your core. Find that balance. Gaze is straight down in front of you. Keep the length in your neck. Take an inhale. This time as you exhale, left arm is coming straight out next to you. You're kicking your right leg out, just like we had it. Just for a second here. Hold. Then exhale, place that right foot down. Sink your hips down to the mat for kind of this one-legged child's pose. So your right toes can stay glued to the mat, or they can flex off of the floor if that feels better for you. I like to kind of bring my left knee out to an angle. And then you can reach your arms forward. From here, as you inhale, you're going to walk your hands back towards your sit bones and come up onto the left knee. So your right leg is long, you're up on your left knee. You're going to take your right hand down to your right thigh. Inhale your left arm high, then exhale, bending over to the right, finding a side body stretch. So peeling your left shoulder behind you, allowing this to be about the left side body. Inhale back to center. Exhale, make your way down into a tabletop. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. So this time, right or left, left hand, right leg are glued into the mat. Right arm, left leg are long. So find that balance. Left foot is active, gaze is straight down. From here, take an inhale. Exhale, right arm comes straight out next to you. You kick that left leg out using the hip abductor. Hold for just a breath in. Breath out, plant the left foot down. Sink the hips all the way down to the mat for that one-legged child's pose. Again, left toes can do whatever feels comfortable for you here. And then inhale, start to walk your hands back towards your sit bones. Come up onto the right knee. So left toes are planted into the ground. You're going to take your left hand down to the left thigh. Inhale, right arm high. Then exhale, bend over to the left, side body stretch. Again, peeling the right shoulder behind you, allowing this to be about your right side body. Inhale back to center. Exhale, make your way back down into your tabletop position. From here, curl your toes under onto the mat. Send your hips high into a down dog. You'll probably have to walk your feet back about 2 inches to find that full length in your down dog. So first down dog today, find some movement. Bend one knee, drive the opposite heel down towards the mat. Maybe kind of wiggle your hips left and right. Maybe rock from a high plank to a down dog. Warm up your shoulders if that feels good. Stillness is always an option. Wherever you are, start to find that stillness on your mat. Feet are hip distance apart, driving your heels down into the mat. Hips reach high, pressing your chest back towards your feet. No tension in your neck, nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, drive your heels down closer to the mat. Hold for a breath. Inhale, take your gaze up between your hands. Tiptoe your feet up. Exhale, forward fold. So feet are hip distance apart for this first one. Looking for spine decompression, taking that big bend in the knees so the crown of your head shines straight down at your mat. Pinkies rest in opposite crooks of your elbows. Maybe interlace your fingers, place them behind your head for some more traction on your spine. Movement here is fine. Stillness is always okay. Drop your hands down to the mat. On the inhale, come up into a half lift. So your fingertips are coming to your shins. Your gaze is still straight down in front of you. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together, creating a really nice flat back. Pressing into your shins, create length through your spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Chin stays tucked, head is lax. At the top, exhale, roll your shoulders down your spine. Okay, we'll take a few half sun salutations just to continue to warm everything up. On an inhale, arms reach high, Tadasana. Exhale, dive down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, this time rise up, flat back, press into those standing feet. Exhale, dive all the way down, hinge at the hips. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. From here, if you would like, you can heel toe your feet together, taking this a little bit deeper into your hamstrings. This will work your balance a little bit more on your way up as well. So from your inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, flat back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms come high. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, flat back, press into those feet. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, hinge of the hips, dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Hands go down, feet go back, high plank hold here. So create that muscle memory just to start. We'll come back to this exact alignment every time we come to this posture. So thumbs are pulling in towards midline, slight bend in the elbows, arms are engaged, puffing up the space between your shoulder blades so shoulders aren't sagging down. Hips are in line with your shoulders. Legs are super active, squeezing through your quads, squeezing through your hamstrings. Gaze is straight down, keeping length through your neck. Come back to your breath. Inhale, rock forward just an inch. Exhale, lower down, low plank. Keep your elbows glued to your ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Knees and shins stay lifted. Only 4 points of contact here. Just like in those rolling child's poses, make sure that you're pressing out of your shoulders. So shoulders don't sink down towards your ears, pressing out of your shoulders. From here, use your core. On an exhale, hips come high, downward facing dog. Good, we'll take that chaturanga a few times in practice. You always have the option to skip it and meet me in a down dog. You can always make it more challenging by adding any push-up or doing it with one leg. This is your practice. Always listen to your body. From here, inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale, knee to nose, rock forward, round your spine. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Take a breath in, hold here. Breath out, plant your right foot down in between your hands. Setting up the foundation for warrior two. So left foot turns, so the pinky edge of your left foot is pressing into the mat. Make sure you have a straight line from your right heel all the way to the center of the arch in the left foot. From here, on an inhale, spin the arms open, warrior two. So now check in with your alignment in your knee. Make sure your right knee is stacked over your ankle. Make sure your shoulders are over your hips. It's super easy to want to reach forward in this posture. Keep shoulders over midline, arms reach out long. Shoulders move away from your ears. Everything is super active here. So inner thighs are engaged. You imagine you're pulling your mat by pulling towards one another. So you're pulling your heels inwards. At the same time, you're pressing through the outer edges of both feet to feel the fire up in the outside of both legs. From here, inhale, lengthen through the right leg, arms come high. Exhale, press. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press. Keep the right knee bented. Inhale, reverse warrior. So legs stay the same, just your arms are moving. This is a side body stretch on the right side, not a back bend. So draw your right shoulder in front of you. Inhale, back to warrior two. Take your right elbow down to your right knee, or maybe bring your hand down to the mat if that feels comfortable, or elbow to the inside of the knee, wherever is natural and right for you here. Then you're swinging your left arm all the way over, reaching in front of you. Extended side angle. So you've got one long line of energy all the way from the edge of your left foot through your left fingertips. Really lifting through those left or the right ribs, right side body as well, so you're not crunching into that right side. And then from here, we're going to take a few circles with this left arm. So as you breathe in, allow that arm to fall back behind you. Breathing out, the arm's going to come all the way in front of you. We'll do 3 at your own pace. Inhale back to warrior 2. Exhale, pedal it all the way down. See if you can keep your hips exactly where they're at and just step the right foot back, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Good, take a deep breath in through your nose. Take an open mouth exhale, let it go. From there, inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, knee to nose, rock forward around your spine. Inhale, leg comes high. Exhale, knee to nose, rock forward round your spine. One more, inhale, leg high. Exhale, crunch, hold here, take a breath in. Breath out, plant the left foot down. This time setting up for warrior 2 on this side. Right foot turns so the pinky edge of your right foot is planted into the mat. And then make sure you can draw that straight line from your left heel to the center of the right arch. From there, once your alignment is all in check, on an inhale, spin open, warrior 2. So from here, make sure the left knee is over the left ankle. Pull your shoulders over midline. So this is something that I think is really difficult for me, especially in this posture. I always want to kind of reach forward. That's what my body just naturally wants to do. So pull that center over midline. Arms reach out long. Send your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, lengthen, arms reach high. Exhale, press. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press. One more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press. Keep the left knee bent. Inhale, reverse, warrior. Legs stay the same, just your arms are moving. This time, left shoulder pulls in front of you. Side body stretch on the left side. Inhale, back to warrior 2. From here, left elbow comes down to the left knee, maybe hand to the mat, inside of the knee, wherever is comfortable. Then rolling the right arm over, reaching through those right fingertips. Again, one long line of energy from the side of your right foot all the way through the right fingertips. And then same thing here, we're gonna open up the shoulder a little bit. So breathe in, allow your arm to fall back behind you. And as you breathe out, bring that arm all the way out in front of you. We'll do 3 here at your own pace, using your own breath. And then when you're ready, inhale back to a warrior 2. Exhale, pedal it all the way down to the mat. Step that left foot back, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. From here, inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale, drop your heel over to the left, open up your hips. Hold for a breath. Inhale, square your hips off towards the mat. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold here. We're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant that right foot down. Right away, rise up, warrior 2. So you've been here before. You know exactly where you should be going. Check your alignment. Make sure everything is where it needs to be. From here, right away, we're coming into extended side angle. So right elbow down to right knee, hand to mat or wherever. Left arm reaches in front of you. Action challenge, maybe reach that right arm out as well. just for a moment. Good. From here, bring your right arm reaching kind of behind you. So your elbow is pressing into that inner thigh, but your palm is up and by your left hip. You're going to inhale, roll all the way up and back to a reverse. Exhale, all the way down and forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward. One more. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, neutral. Hold for your exhale. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Take your side edges of your feet so that they're parallel with the sides of your mat. Then hinging at your hips, dive down for a wide-legged forward fold, Vinyasa. Any variation with your arms is fine. Maybe interlace your fingers behind your back. Maybe grab onto outside edges of your feet. Use your arms to pull your head down closer to the mat. Maybe find chaturanga arms. Whatever you need here. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Start to crawl your hands over to the right, framing that right foot. Left foot is up on your left toe. Keep your hips exactly where they're at. Just step that right foot back. High plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down. Deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, drop your heel over to the right. Open up your hips. Hold for breath. Inhale, hips square off towards the mat. Exhale, knee to nose. Pulsing for 10 here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant left foot down. Right away, rise up, warrior 2. Again, you've been here before, so find that alignment right away. Come back to your intention, your dedication, the purpose that you set for yourself at the beginning of practice. Check in and remind yourself what that was. From here, extended side angle, left elbow to the left knee, right arm reaches all the way over. And then again, if you want that extra challenge, reach with that left hand as well. Good, left elbow comes to the inside of that left hip. Hand is palm up by your right hip. Inhale, roll all the way up. Reverse. Exhale, dive all the way down. Extended. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dive. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dive. One more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dive. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, 5-pointed star. So line up your sides of your feet with the edges of your mat, then hinge at your hips, dive down, Prasarita. Again, any leg variation, any arm variation here is fine. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Start to walk your hands over to the left. Frame the left foot with both hands up on your right toes. Keep your hips where they're at. Step that left foot back, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath in with your nose. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. Good. From here, inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale, send it all the way between your hands for a low lunge. Sink your left knee down into the mat, uncurl your toe, rise up for a low crescent. So allow this to be about that stretch in the front side of your left hip flexor. Don't worry too much about the alignment in the right leg. Wherever you are, keep your hips square. So right hip moves back slightly, left hip moves forward. Arms are going to reach high. From here, take an inhale, hands come down to the mat. As you exhale, press into your right foot, lengthen through the right leg for half splits. So hips stay stacked over your knees. You need to use maybe your water bottle or some books or something to keep the length of your spine. Lift the chest a little bit, bring the floor a little closer you can. We want to avoid you kind of rounding into this posture. So keep the heart, keep the chest lifted. Again, right hip moves back, left hip moves forward. With every inhale, lengthen out a little further through your spine. And then with each exhale, you can come down a little bit deeper. Good. From here, inhale back into your right knee. So rebending that right knee. And then you're going to curl over your left toes. So your left toes are planted in the mat. And then from here, bring your shoulders so that they're in line over your hips. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to go for a lift in the left knee. We're going to try to make it last 5 seconds. So you're going really, really slow. So from here, we'll start to lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So up on the left toes, left leg is all the way straight, squeezing through the left glute, the hamstring, the quad to lift the back of the knee up towards the ceiling. Shoulders over hips, arms reach high. From here, send your arms behind you, grab for opposite elbows with the hands. So you should feel this in your shoulders. And with each of your hands, pull on the opposite elbow. So you should feel this stretch through your shoulders. And then release your hands behind you. Bring your right hand into your right hip. Inhale, lengthen through the left arm, the left side body. Then exhale, twist the left elbow over the right knee, side angle twist. So stack up, hands directly on top of one another, elbows stacked directly on top of one another. You're creating that length with every breath in, twisting a little deeper with every breath out. Inhale back to center, lay your hands down on the mat, step that right foot back, take your flow at your own pace or come into a down dog. Once you reach your down dog, take a deep breath in through your nose, and then open mouth, exhale, let it go. From here, left leg high. Exhale, send your left leg all the way through for your low lunge. Sink your right knee down into the mat and curl the toe. Then rise up for your low crescent. So again, this is about that stretch on the front side of your right hip flexor. Sending your hips forward and down. This time you're pulling your left hip back, sending your right hip forward. Inhale, hands come down to the mat. As you exhale, press into your left foot, lengthen through the left leg, half splits. So again, hips stay stacked over your knees, chest is nice and lifted, spine is long. Every breath in, creating more length. Every breath out, diving down just a little bit deeper. Again, your left hip moves back, right hip moves forward. Then on an inhale, rebend into the left knee, curl over the right toes. So your right toes are planted into the mat. Then bring hands to heart center, make sure shoulders are over hips here. We're going for that slow lift. So we'll go for 5 seconds again. From here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So pressing into those right toes, squeezing through the right quad, right hamstring, lifting the back of the right knee up towards the ceiling. Shoulders over hips, bending into that left knee, arms reach high. Same thing here, arms come behind you, grabbing for opposite elbows. Switch which arm you had in front of the other, if that makes sense. And then again, pull with each hand on each elbow, really feel this in your shoulders. If you have the flexibility, you could take reverse prayer hands. From there, release your hands from behind you. Stick your left hand into your left hip crease. Inhale, lengthen through the right side body, right arm. Then exhale, twist right elbow over your left knee. Again, start to stack elbows, stack hands. Lengthen with each inhale. Twist just a little deeper with each exhale. Inhale, come back to center, plant your hands down on the mat. Step the left foot back, high plank. Take your flow at your own pace, and I'll meet you in a down dog. Reaching your down dog, take a deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. From here, we're gonna come to the top of your mat, but you have the option to hop or to jump, walk, whatever. We were working on this in the last class, but finding that air time, maybe bring something to the center of your mat to hop over, or you can always just imagine that there's something in the center of your mat, but we will come to your toes first. Gaze will come forward, deep bend in the knee, and then you're gonna hop forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Press down into the feet. Inhale, rise up, flat back. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're gonna come into a balancing posture before we start to cool down. We're gonna take eagle. So starting on the left leg, we're gonna ground down into the left foot. So maybe lift all 5 toes up off the mat, plant them down really slowly one at a time. And then send the weight into your left leg. So all of the weight is in that left leg, and your right toes can start by just kind of lifting up off the mat. And then I'll walk through a few different layers here. So you can cross your right foot over. That's step 1, just kickstanding the left toes. Step 2 would be to wrap once. So lifting the left or the right toes up off the mat, wrapping once, crossing the knees. Full expression, option 3 would be to double wrap, bringing that right foot all the way around the left calf. Wherever you are is fine. So find however deep that you want to go. And then we're gonna find eagle arms. So your right arm is gonna come under your left. And then you're grabbing for opposite palms. If you have a lot of tension in your shoulders, this hurts, then you can reach for opposite shoulders. Same thing, right arm is on the bottom, left arm on top, and then you're lifting your elbows up. Or eagle arms, so I can do this. Right arm under left, lift elbows up and away from your face. You should feel this in your left shoulder. And then I want you to check in with your knees. In this posture, your legs tend to kind of pull over to the left. See if you can pull your knees back to midline. So everything is kind of in line with your belly button. And your inhale, unwind through your arms, then through your legs. Stand up, shake it out. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So lifting all 5 toes up off the mat, planting them down maybe one at a time, and then noticing every spot that your foot is pressing into the mat, maybe sending all the weight into your right leg so the left toes can kind of lift. You're all the way in your right leg now. So start with the first layer, kicking the left foot over. Second layer is here. Third layer is that full double wrap. So from here, notice how your knees want to pull right. Once you're in that double wrap, squeeze your knees back to midline so that your knees are in line with your belly button. Everything is in center. And then you're going to take left arm under right this time for eagle arms. Again, you could reach for opposite shoulders if you are tight in your shoulders, or lift your elbows up and out in that full eagle expression. Come back to your breath. Maybe full. And then inhale, unwind the arms, then the legs, rise up, shake it out. Great, we'll start to cool down now. Inhale, arms high, Tadasana. Exhale, dive down, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. We're going to take one last chaturanga here. You have the option to step or hop back. If you're hopping back, make sure you land in that low plank with your elbows bent, so it'll look like this. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down. From there, inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale, right knee to right wrist, half pigeon. Come down to your knee and curl your toe. Check in with your left toes. They tend to pin in towards midline. We want them straight back behind you. Then from here, if you need some kind of prop underneath your right sit bone, go ahead and do so. If this causes a lot of knee pain, you can take a figure 4. But bringing your fingertips to the outside edges of your mat. Inhale, find some length, grow tall. Then exhale, melt all the way down for a sleeping pigeon. You can always stay lifted if that feels better in your body, or you can rest on forearms. You can find a pillow maybe to rest on, or you can come all the way down to the mat. If you are all the way down on the mat and you want to move into something a little bit deeper, just kind of a different variation, you want to try something new, you're going to keep your right arm extended in front of you. Left arm is going to come underneath like you're threading the needle. So we'll move through a few layers through this as well. So this is going to move a little bit deeper into your hips right here. And then full expression of this is going to kind of work into your shoulder a little bit as well. We've done a decent amount of kind of shoulder opening, so this should feel okay. From here, you can stay right here if you'd like to move into kind of the full expression of this. Your right arm's coming all the way behind your back, and you're kind of working your right palm up in between your shoulders as much as possible. So this is going to depend on how much flexibility you have in your right shoulder. I don't have much, so my hand doesn't make it very far. Full expression of this is going to be to bring that left hand over your right shoulder, and you would hook hands behind your back. So I'll sit up so that you can kind of see what it looks like. It'll be like this, a lot closer. You can use a strap to do this, or you can kind of just reach. You don't have to actually touch fingers. You'll still feel this in your shoulder if you reach your hand behind you. So about 2 more breaths. From here, start to unwind your hands if you're in that variation. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and rise up. From here, you're going to sit over into your right sit bones so that your right leg is bent, left leg is long. And And then from here, we're just finding a one-legged seated forward fold. So turn your chest towards your left leg and inhale your arms high. And as you exhale, melt down towards those left toes. You're trying to draw your right elbow down towards the mat. You can always use a strap here, a belt, a blanket, something to make this more of an active stretch if you'd like. And then inhale, start to rise back up. Make your way back into your downward facing dog. From there, inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, left knee towards your left wrist for half pigeon on this side. Come back down to your knee, uncurl your toe. Again, check in with your right toes. They tend to pin in. Make sure they're straight back behind you. Bring your fingertips to the width of your mat. Inhale, find length. Then exhale, melt all the way down. Again, you can stay lifted if that feels better in your body. Again, if you're all the way down on the mat and you'd like to move into that other variation, you'll thread your right arm under your left. That's that first layer. So left arm is kind of long, right arm is reaching out to the left. This moves a little bit deeper into the hip, finding a little bit of a twist as well. If you'd like to move into that final variation, then left arm's coming behind you, kind of reaching up in between your shoulder blades as much as what's comfortable. And then your right hand comes over the left shoulder, reaching towards those left fingertips. About 2 more breaths. Your next inhale, start to kind of unwind from this posture. Bring your hands under your shoulders, rise up, and sit over into that left sit bone. So your left leg is in, right leg is long. Again, use your core, turn your chest towards your right toes, and inhale your arms high. And exhale, now all the way down towards your right toes. So this time you're trying to draw your right or your left elbow down towards the mat. You always have the option for that strap or the blanket to make this more of an active stretch. And from here, inhale, rise back up. Send both legs out nice and wide, toes flexed up towards the ceiling. You're bringing them as wide as what's comfortable for you. So from here, I like to rock left and right first, warm up your hips a little bit, creates a nice natural lubrication in your hips that lets you come a little bit deeper when you do decide to settle into the center. We're gonna move here a little bit, and then I'm going to give you an option for a side body stretch. It is a pretty deep variation, so I'll give you that option, but you can always just move straight into this wide-legged seated forward fold in center. So if you'd like to go ahead and move into center, you can do so here. If you want to move into that side body stretch, you're going to bring your left hand to the inside of your right thigh. So you're just starting to lean over to the left already here. So left hand is on the inside of your right thigh. Your left elbow is pressing into the inside of your left thigh. So you're using your left arm here to really anchor your body, press into both thighs to open up your chest. From here, your right arm is going to reach over to the left. So you don't have to worry about grabbing your toes. That's not the whole goal of this. We want your chest to stay open. So a lot of times if you reach for your toes, you see my shoulder collapse. So that's not what we want. If you can grab your toes and your shoulder can stay open, then you can do so. But more than likely, that right hand's just going to kind of hang out. Inhale, make your way all the way up. And exhale, your right hand comes down. So plant that right elbow to the inside of your right thigh, and then right hand to the inside of your left thigh. And then notice how when you press into that, you can really expand your chest open. From there, left arm's reaching out long. And again, not worrying about grabbing your toes unless you can keep your chest open. So if you grab your toes and you notice your shoulder comes down, then just let your left hand kind of float above those toes. Inhale back to center. Exhale down to the middle. Your next inhale, start to walk your hands back towards your sit bones. Bring both legs together. Bring your feet to the edge of your mat so that you have enough room to roll all the way down your spine. And then from there, we're gonna find a quick plow pose. So if you don't know where we're going, maybe just watch me for a second and then you can get into it. When you come into the posture, you don't want to look around because there's a lot of tension on your neck. So what we're going to be coming into is on an inhale, feet come up and over your head, hands rest on your low back. If your feet touch the ground in front of your head, then your hands can come down to the mat. If they don't, then keep them on your low back for support. From here, you can stay in plow pose. If you're craving an inversion, then you can come into a shoulder stand. So hands come to low back for support. And then feet come up towards the ceiling. And any variation with your legs is fine. Bring your toes back towards the ceiling, and then feet come back down into that plow pose. From there, your hands are coming down to the mat wherever you are. Grab the edges of your mat, pull on them, and use them as brakes to slowly roll down your spine. Once the entire length of your spine is on the mat, pull your knees into your chest. Take some small circles in each direction with your knees. And then keeping your right knee in, send that left leg long. Pull your left knee towards your left armpit. Really feeling that compression on the front side of your hip. Then send your right leg or right arm out to the side. Take an inhale. Exhale, pull your right leg over to the left. Gaze comes over your right shoulder. So make sure your right shoulder is glued into the mat. If you find your shoulder peeling up, come out of the twist just a little bit. From here, inhale back to center. Keep that left leg in, send the right leg long. So pull the left knee towards the left armpit. Really feel the compression in the front side of that left hip flexor. Then leaving your right hand on your left knee, send the left arm out to the side. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bring the left leg over to the right. Gaze comes over your left shoulder. Again, left shoulder should be glued into the mat. If you find it kind of peeling up, come out of your twist just a little bit. Inhale all the way back to center. Pull your knees into your chest one last time. Give them a good squeeze. Draw your head up towards your knees. Activate every muscle in your body from your toes, your core, your forehead. Take one final inhale. Exhale, shoot it all out for Shavasana. Tuck your shoulders under your spine. Allow feet to fall away from each other and fingers to naturally curl towards your palms. Unhinge your jaw. Maybe open it up wide, stretch it out a little bit. Take your tongue from the roof of your mouth and place it behind your teeth. Close your eyes. Do a full body scan. Notice any places that you're still holding tension and let them go. Excuse me. Shavasana is that active resting meditation, being alone in stillness with your own thoughts is sometimes the hardest part of yoga. Try to quiet down the mind, not allow it to wander. If you find your mind wandering, one of my favorite tricks to kind of help you quiet down the mind is to vision a candle in your mind, in your head, and just notice every little detail about that candle that you can imagine. Notice how the flame flickers. Notice the wax melting. Maybe you can feel the sensation, that warmth, or maybe this candle has a scent. If you can allow your mind to focus on one thing, then it prevents it from wandering around 1,000 miles an hour. So that's a great way to start a meditation practice. Wherever you are, with every exhale, feel your body get heavier, sink deeper into the mat. You'll remain here for the next few minutes, but I will call you out when it is time. If you're feeling good where you're at, you'd like to stay in your Shavasana, stay in your resting meditation, and please don't move a single muscle. Even if you're just thinking about it, allow yourself maybe just 5 or 10 more breaths, resting with full permission. If you are ready to move on with the rest of your day, start to bring small movements into your fingers and toes. When you feel ready, take your hands overhead, point your feet for a full body stretch, engaging everything for just a moment before you fully release. Taking your time, roll onto the right side of your body for fetal position, pulling your knees about halfway in, using your right bicep as a pillow. And then just take a moment here to find some gratitude for yourself. Thank yourself for carving time out of your day to make it to your mat, to work on your body, your mind, and your spirit. It's not an easy thing to do, and I think it's really hard to keep ourselves accountable, especially during this time. It's like you have so much time but no motivation. So if you're feeling that, just know I feel it too. But honor yourself for coming today and for taking this time. When you're ready, with as little effort as possible, come to a comfortable seated position. Eyes closed, hands at heart center. We'll still practice, excuse me, with 3 breaths together, each a little bit bigger and louder than the last. We'll first exhale here to unite. Deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, full breath in. Exhale everything out. Inhale, thumbs to third eye center, your seat of insight and intuition. As always, it really is my passion to be able to guide you through this movement, so thank you for coming and sharing your practice with me. The light and love within me sees and recognizes the light and love within each of you. Namaste. Thanks for joining me for another little Vinyasa class. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it went by as quickly for you as it did for me. If there is anything that you guys want to work on or you'd like to see from me, you can leave a comment on this video or you can send me a message. I'm more than willing to kind of put anything into a flow. I love to do funky transitions, inversions, and all that. So if you want to see that, then let me know. Other than that, thanks for taking out some time to work on yourself today, and I will see you guys next time.